This 10-minute exercise beats 10,000 hours of chart time. Once I started using it, I was able to go full time, and it had dozens of other turns to go from losing to payouts. And it isn't journaling. But skip it and you will spend another 2 years and thousands of dollars fixing the wrong problem. 4 years in, the average trader reads the chart better than the guy who sold him the course. He marks a level in 10 seconds, he knows what a clean break looks like, yet his account is sitting where it was 2 years ago, because the trades that took the account were never the ones he misread. He saw a setup, he waited for one more candle, he entered 20 pips late and got stopped where his original entry would have survived. None of that is chart reading. 10,000 more hours of price action makes him better at the part he was already good at. So pull your last 50 trades and count the ones where you didn't do what the plan said. Most traders land somewhere around 20 to 25. And that number is the reason they think they are hopeless. Sort them. Not by result, but by what actually happened. The stop got moved, the entry got chased, the setup got skipped after a loss. You will see 3 piles, sometimes 4, repeating for 2 years. That's the whole gap between a break-even trader who has been at this 3-4 years and the one who got funded in 8 months. But the moment he finds his problems, he applies the exact advice that keeps them alive for another 2 years. Every trader gets told to journal. It's in every course, and whoever put it there was told the same thing by whoever taught them. But nobody in that chain ever went back and checked whether it changes anything. So he starts on a Sunday. Every trade log from then on. Entry, exit, screenshot, and the line at the bottom about what went wrong. 6 weeks later the notes read, be patient, follow the plan. Don't force it. Wait for confirmation. Well, at least the journal follows the plan. But the trades underneath them are the same trades. So he goes looking for a better journal, a different template, a tagging system, somebody's Notion setup, 20 extra fields. Same results, more admin. And if you already got years of notes and the same mistakes are still there, that's what we built a free 21-day trading reset for. Over 60 lessons, community and personalized troubleshooting to find what actually keeps you stuck and fix it at the source. So look, I did this for years. Every trade, every screenshot, the same words at the bottom. When I went through it, I realized I could have written any page of it at any day of the year without looking at the trades first. So I hadn't built a fix. I built a record. A record tells you what happened after it happened, in a state where nothing is at stake. A trader can write, be patient on a Sunday afternoon with coffee, feeling clear and honest, and a bit disappointed in himself. Then Tuesday comes. He is down 2% on the week, price is running away from a level he was watching, and none of the Sunday's clarity is anywhere in the room. Peter Goldwitzer spent 30 years researching on the gap between deciding something and doing it. And he splits it into 2 things, but 99% of traders treat them as one. I will be more disciplined is a goal intention. It names the result and leaves the decision open for the moment the trigger arrives. So the trader promises harder next week, break it in the exact same spot, and files that under proof that something is wrong with him. But he already knows which rule he broke. He's written it down 11 times. What he doesn't know is what was true right before breaking it become inevitable. Because the trade started way before the entry. He knows the last thing he did, and is the one thing he writes down. Move the stop. Close the entry, doubled after the loss. Every fix he's ever built was aimed at that moment, but that moment is the end of the chain. So walk it back. The stop got moved at 1450. 3 minutes earlier, price came at his level fast and went through it. 5 minutes earlier, he was 3 trades into a red week. At 1420, he opened the platform already behind and looking to get back to break-even. By 1450, there was nothing left to decide. The decision was made 30 minutes earlier, and everything after it was execution. So what was true beforehand? Not I lack discipline. Price left the zone without me. Open profit hit 2 grand and came back to break even. The first loss landed early and ruined my whole morning. Those are the triggers. And a trigger is a condition, which means it can be described, counted, and predicted. He can't predict the next time he will be undisciplined, but he can tell you exactly what 3 red days in a row does to him because it has done it 11 times. Now those same 50 trades tell you something else. Sort the broken ones by what was true beforehand, and the problems each get a condition attached. The stop moving cluster sits after a fast move against him. The chasing cluster sits on a day he opened late. The skipping cluster sits inside drawdown weeks. Go back through the 50 and find every time price came at his level fast and went through it, including the times he left the setup alone. Say that happened 20 times and the stop got moved on 10 of them, 50%. That's not a character trait. that's a rate, and a rate has a number he can beat. So now you can see the trigger coming from a mile away. But it will still take the account because recognizing it is not the same as being able to stop it. So this is the exercise you've been waiting for. 10 minutes, 5 steps, and the last one changes everything. So start with one broken trade. Not the worst one, the one that mostly repeats. Second, walk it back to what was true beforehand and write that down instead of the rule that got broken. Third, put the trigger into one of 4 categories: strategy, execution, risk, or environment. And you need to be brutally honest here, because if you skip setups during a drawdown week and decide your edge is broken, you can spend 4 months rebuilding a strategy that was never the problem. Fourth, awareness is not a fix. The mistake doesn't need to be understood, it needs to be harder to make. So the fix has to be something outside you that's already in place before the trigger arrives. That's Goldwitzer's other half. An implementation intention tested across 90+ studies closes the decision in advance instead of simply naming a result. When X happens, you do Y. The effect on follow-through came out to over 60% because the trigger no longer opens a negotiation. It fires a response. If you move the stop and target going at entry, the platform closes and the alert is set for the levels. If you chase entries, the trade is dead once price leaves the zone by a defined distance. If you revenge trade, after one trade, the platform stays closed for 2 hours. None of those require you to be calm, and that's the requirement. If the fix only works on a day you are already fine, it's a promise with a system's name on it. Then fifth, run one wall until the next 10 trigger events and check the rate. 10 out of 20 was the starting number, 50%. If it comes back at 1 out of 10, the wall works. If it comes back at 5 out of 10, nothing changed. The wall didn't work, so you build a harder one. Not 4 fixes, not 12 new rules on a Sunday night. If you change 4 things at once, you learn nothing about any of them. So 10 minutes builds the first one. Then it's 10 minutes a week checking which walls are holding and where your account is still exposed. That's what 10,000 hours of chart time can't do. Chart time can't show you the market. This shows you the 3 doors you keep walking through and then nails them shut one at a time. So now you got walls at the exact points where the account keeps dying. But even with those walls in place, a strategy can still break the moment you get funded. And the thing that breaks it is sitting in your backtest right now, visible in a number you already looked at and decided was fine. So watch this video next, because that number may be the exact reason the firm takes the account back.